All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. I want to provide another update on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. We cover Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel, so if that is content that you are interested in, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's get right to it. The first thing I want to show you is the big board of Bitcoin miners. So I've got 18 miners on here, and right now, 17 of the 18, everything except Luxfolio, which is an over-the-counter very small market cap, which is up 0.27%. So that is green. The rest of all the miners that I follow are red, and they're quite red. So we had a couple of nice days in a row, and we're giving some back here today. So just to highlight a couple of the bigger losers on the day, Bitfarms is down 6.48%. Hive is down over 7%. Marathon is down 6.72%. And you can take a look at the rest of the board. Everything is pretty much down. Not a great day for basically any of the miners. Let's go to the chart and take a look at what's happening and see why. This green candle right here was the market open this morning. So you can see we were 3 1-hour green candles into an upward trend, and we actually hit a new short-term high of $44,453 sometime right after the open this morning. Had you looked at this board at about 9:32 in the morning, 2 minutes into the trading day, it was green, and it was very green. So I went through a lot of this on my emergency update earlier today, so if you want a deeper dive on what happened there, you can check that out. But basically, the market reversed. Within the first hour of trading, the Bitcoin reversed and had this giant red candle. So from the high of this 1-hour candle to the low of this 1-hour candle was over $1,500 in a matter of just about 1 hour. So that caused a giant panic in the mining space. And these miners all went from, some of these miners are down more than 10% off of their high of the day today. So a very dramatic turnaround in what happened. Now, we have had 2, actually almost 3 very good days in a row. So I just want to run through that really quickly. This yellow circle right here is 9 o'clock in the morning on January 10th, which was this Monday. And you can see we candle wicked all the way down to this long-term line of support. That held, we went straight back up. Even this 1-hour candle closed above this shorter-term line of support. And from there, you can see Monday was actually a good day. Tuesday was a good day. Wednesday was a good day. Overnight last night, we were sideways, but this line of support was holding. Into the morning, it looked like we were starting to go up from here, and then everything reversed. So we're getting awfully close to that line right now. And you can see on Tuesday, January 11th, we crossed over that line at 11 in the morning, and it held. We tested it all day the rest of the day, but it held all day, and then we actually broke to the upside. So we're very close to in the neighborhood of retesting this line. I would prefer, I don't ever like to see Bitcoin go down, but since we're so close to that line, I would prefer that we go down and touch the line on some higher volume and have it hold so that we can reconfirm that as a line of support, and that can be a launching point to head back up. Whenever we get very close to these lines like this, but don't quite touch, I worry that we've got some sideways activity coming and some up and down, and ultimately we may quite likely retest this line, and we don't know if that test is going to pass or fail. So what would be better is to get a strong retest right now, today, have this hold up, and we can start heading back up again. So that's my A-case scenario, is that we bounce off of this line, and man, as I'm talking, we're just getting so close. We're just a little over $100 away from it right now. So if we can pick this volume up, have a nice bounce off of here, and then see a return to the upside, that would be a beautiful thing. Having said that, the way Bitcoin is going, it is very difficult to determine whether this line of support is going to hold or if we're on our way back down to retest some lower lines. So if we go from the low on Monday morning at 9 o'clock to this morning at 9 o'clock, Bitcoin was up over 12%. That was a really nice 3-day run. Everybody got some good gains out of that, I hope. If we go retest this line and it turns into support, then that will be a little bit less than a 5% correction. So not the end of the world, especially if we can hold support and bounce back up. otherwise, we could be looking at another 4 or 5% to get down to this line and almost 6.5% to retest this low, which was our long-term support level. So that's where we kind of sit. We have now we look like we are on the line. So I think this is the moment that we are retesting this line. We will see if we pass or fail. Not obviously by the time I'm done with this video, but by the time you guys watch this, you will probably know which direction we went in. I want to take a look at a few of the miners in specific to see if there's any opportunities here today. Okay, so this is Hut's chart on the 1 hour time frame. So you can see at the moment, we're right at this line of short-term support. And this only really goes back to January 6th, which was just 1 week ago. So we did dip below this, got back above it, and now we're testing this again to see if it can hold. Hut is in a very oversold position. Its run up during the bull run in October and November was better than the average miner, and its run back down actually was worse than the average miner. This line here at $7.70, this is our line of support from September 29th, which most of the rest of the miners respected this line and may have gone a little bit below it like this, but Hut took this line way out. It went down almost another 20% below this line of support. So it had been rallying again Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, a pretty big rally. Today, a pullback right to a potential line of support. So I'm looking at this as a possible buying opportunity. I think Hut has a lot of ground to make up. So, obviously it depends on which way we break here. If we're going to keep going down, then, we may get down to this. We may get down and test this line. But if we can hold our ground here, then this could be a good buying opportunity. I have just a couple hours left in the day today, and I have not decided yet whether I'm going to be making any purchases or not. So just so you know, this is not financial advice. You guys have to make your own decision on what works in your portfolio. I'm just letting you know this is how I'm viewing the chart, and I haven't quite yet decided whether or not for me this even represents a good buying opportunity. Okay, so this is Bitfarms on the 1 hour chart. You can see very similar to Hut, we're right here at a line of support. However, unlike Hut, this is our September 29th line of support. So Bitfarms did dip below that, but this week it has managed to regain this as a line of support, and you can see we're testing it strongly as we speak right now. So we're going to see if this holds or not. If it does not hold and it continues to go down, then I probably will not buy today and wait and see where this goes. If this can get back above this line and hold, then for me, I'm going to consider making a potential purchase here. So again, that's what I'm doing with this. This is not financial advice for you guys. You need to decide what works for you inside of your portfolio based on your risk tolerance and all that stuff. The last miner I want to look at is actually a SPAC right now, and it's XPDI, and this is merging with Core Scientific. And the reason that I want to bring this up is this is in a very unusual position. So I've added a line right here at $10. So this SPAC started at $10, and most SPACs do not really get below that point for the most part. That is not a 100% strict rule, but $10 seems to be a solid floor. There are many conditions where at $10, if you can actually redeem your stock and get your money back. Now, as I read through the rules that they made for this on their SEC filing, I'm not sure that would hold up right now because their merger is going to go through. So I don't know that there's $10 protection. It looks to me like there is no longer that $10 protection if this merger goes through. Having said that, it's still very unusual to see a SPAC go below $10. And I will be doing a video on this company next week because I believe at $10, they are quite a bit undervalued. So for them to take a strong dip down today, this is about 6% down at the moment, below $10, I think is noteworthy. So this is the one I'm going to be looking at most closely today to potentially buy some stock or maybe some options. And again, please do your due diligence. I quickly read through their SEC document today, and it's a very long document, so there could have been something in there that I missed, but it looks to me like we're past the point of protection at $10. So you can double check that for yourself. Again, not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and be careful. So those are the three that I'm looking at as potential buying opportunities today. Let's just take a quick look at Bitcoin. So it's at 42,351. Now we're about $70 under the line. So this is a very solid test of this line. If it blows through this line, then it looks like we got more downside to go, and we very possibly could be testing 40,000 again. If this can hold and reverse, then this would just be a normal 4 or 5% pullback in the middle of a bull run. And so it really seems like it's 50-50 to me right now. I hate to be on the fence like that, but Bitcoin has been very difficult to predict. So that's all I've got for you today. Best of luck trading, and we will see you in the next video.